Ladies and gentlemen, this stream is now in session. Obi-Wan 362, Gamer Law presiding. And welcome back to... Why is that not showing anything? Cool. Welcome back to the Elgatos, producing no signal whatsoever. Like, this is the most annoying thing because it's like... It can't be completely broken because it's passing through it to get to my TV. Okay. Cool, that was pretty easy, luckily. Ace Attorney Chronicles. Just this real quick. Frick. There you go, that's better. Alright. So let's do this thing. Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Is that Herlock Sholmes? The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Well, that was a short mystery. 9th of January, 6:37 a.m. On board the steamship Burya. Huh.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
It's not much of a deduction, but sure.
was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
Shh. That won't be necessary.
Quiet,
You see,
Mercer.
in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
Boo.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Herlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Yeah, that ring a bell. Ugh. My head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Who am I right now? Wait, I can't move. What the? Not again. Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now, Oh, no. I'm gonna drag you out of the wardrobe. I cannot believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. You found me then? Da. We found you. And now you pay, criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, Sorry. Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, No, I'll tell you everything. I got this. It's fine. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Oh, nope, still wrong. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Mr. Sato! Also, excuse me. Wait. What did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? No. No. Ha! You pretend you do not know. You are wolf in sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. I'm sorry, what? Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Not Kazuma! Not Kazuma! Here, in this very cabin, it was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. Also, why did Kazuma write a Russian word? These handcuffs? Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please. No. No. And the right pump. Kazuma. weeks ago. You sure about this? Will we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It's really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor? Thought I was going to die. Yes, still can't quite believe that. I didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. Must be even less of a man than you look. Oh, burn. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. If you confine yourself to my cabin here, don't expect anyone will discover you. Hope not. Get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point? Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Rainy's correct. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped. Better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. Anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. Tell you what, why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. I've only been at sea for about 15 days. When does it have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. No. We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer. No, I am not a murderer. Duh, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. Nope, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on this ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Susato-san? Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. There's something I would like to ask of you, too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. Hey. Oh, wait, that's not what I meant. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. These handcuffs. Do you think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? They found him. Cabin's locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window. The bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. Has anybody checked the trunk? Because I fit in the trunk. I don't think I do. I think I knew about the snack, but I don't know if I know the rest of the story. I was asking if I know the story of the Speckled Band. Yeah. Well, it also told us about the snack, so... Yeah, the intro started with the snack being the Speckled Band. No, I don't really know the story. What? To put it another way, the culprit could only have been somebody inside this cabin. Do you have some other explanation? It depends on how he died. But connecting the fact that there's a snack with everything else, like there's also a grate there that a snack could have crawled through, so it's impossible. How did you die then? What happened exactly? So we're going to deny the charge, despite the circumstances? Yes. Please, Sato-san, you have to tell me. Cause of death is still undetermined. Don't know how he died? Shows doctors examining the body. Of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there are no obvious external signs of injury then. It's true, yes. About the incident. Can anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Kazuma, I don't know. Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes I was, but... He would always wake before dawn, do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. This morning, he did not come. I could sense that he would. Does that mean he's already dead when Sato-san arrived at his cabin door? I knocked, but there was no reply. I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open. We managed to get inside. There was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor. The white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I was asleep in the wardrobe somehow. Wish it wasn't the case, but it's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me, too. Trust me. I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. Man, I feel so heavy. So throbbing like anything. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yeah. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now. I'm gonna shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. How could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, 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 no! That would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wants to go to England together. As a couple. He actually asked you? But why? I'm going to answer that question. I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. Don't understand. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? I need someone else who speaks Japanese. Something's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? You tried to become a lawyer yourself? Well, yes, you did say that. I didn't think you were serious. You're talent for it. I can assure you of that. I never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, it's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development. Center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? No, definitely not. On a personal level. If you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Frick, you do. Kazuma-sama's always saying the same thing. They want to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yeah, maybe. Something's still bothering me a little. Look in his eyes then. It was darker than I'd ever seen it before. Suzato-san? Sorry that I kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on this ship, I mean. I know Kazuma-san. I expect he was trying to protect me. To avoid me becoming guilty by association. See, this girl's smart. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. You're not the culprit. Tell me, what happened last night here in this cabin? Well, thing is, I don't remember. Super inconvenient, man. Someone brought me something to eat, just like you always did. And I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yeah. So you didn't even show where Kazuma-sama was killed? Well, yeah. You know, it sounds unbelievable. I do. It's the truth. If I woke up, perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. For some reason, it's still throbbing like anything. Really? Something wrong? Please, forget it. Zato-san. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. The trouble is, there's no one else who could possibly have done this. Kazuma. I don't understand. Why? Why does this have to happen? Can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. Can't allow that to happen. Sorry. Kazuma was killed right under my nose here. I didn't do anything to stop it. And now, I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No. Can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do, then? Excuse me. Going to investigate. Gonna find out exactly what happened here. Gonna work out who took Kazuma's life, and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry. You're gonna have to excuse me. Oh! She didn't knock me out, she flipped me. What the? What was... That was a Susato takedown. A Susato what? Martial art form is that? I'm gonna need you to prove it. Sorry. Prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. How am I supposed to... Forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago? Successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. Okay. So you can present some conclusive evidence. Okay. I think this is how to son believe me. Some fun. Show you some evidence right now. Proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Paper seal on his roof for the wardrobe. We're really working hard to make it. Don't forget how Kazuma reacted. Expect the Russian crew to be able to read that? Said. Still, I'm sure people will get the idea. They couldn't read it. So we reused it anyway. And it worked. I don't know if the crew thought it was creepy or what, but no one opened the doors.
Yes!
Tell me, I was discovered in the wardrobe before. Was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Gasp. Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I could have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this onto the outside of the doors on my own. words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Suzato-san? Think perhaps you could help me up? Oh, jeez. Well, in light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least. Thank you! Do you finally believe me? I'm sorry, but no. I'm sorry, what? I'm not sure yet. Can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What does she think I am, a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. Some of my doubts. Oh. Well. Should be watching you to ensure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. When you're using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Well, anyway. Should make a start on investigating here. So everything I can. I will avenge your death. It's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. Never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. Very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring on its trip. Huh. Also, apparently my allergies are kicking my butt. This is great. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. Now he's gone. I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Suzato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused. I forget to look around properly. Ah, yes, that's no good. Suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, or are you, Naruhodo-san? Look around using the direction pad, aren't you? Now, let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Let's do it. Field of vision has been rather small until now. This is just a bell cord contraption, I think. Contraption. I mean contraption. read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes. In the interest of cultural research, obviously. Suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, sure, it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. Did Kazuma write that before he died? Looks like it's written in ink. Off from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Suppose he... Huh? Ink. I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner. I can't read your writing. Try to make sure it wasn't just upside down first, but... I don't think it's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. You think? What? Then what language is it? Pains me to admit it, but I don't know. Not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? This is. It's like a piece of broken piece of glassware. The thing was, there's a broken clean in two. That's such a beautiful color. Looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. Not sure what this thing's called. Sure, that sounds like Kazuma. I've secretly carried out a cute little trinket like this around with him. Would he? Marks beside it. Is it? I wonder. It's a sort of brick-like hue. Yeah, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. So no brick anywhere in the cabin. That's fine. Yeah, but he's talking about... He's the one talking about, like, should be able to see another example. Large traveling case, isn't it? A lot of memories for me. I don't understand why I'm so tired. I do, because I didn't sleep very well last night. I think I just woke up this morning exhausted. But no! But go bad. Must be nice. My allergies are making it hard for me to breathe through my nose. Which means... That's great. I took one today already. I died. don't know. You're being rude. No, I'm okay. Right. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. It's brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes. I see it says this way up in Japanese. Which in hindsight, should realize the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. Turned over and over and over, and I was tossed on the floor in here. To die. No, Susato. No, it is not. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Jeez. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Uh-huh, you know what else can circulate from there? A snack. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, it's a ventilator. That's what it is. Looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room. Surely it should be connected to the outside. It's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough? Or something like that? I suppose. Maybe that's it. That's right, isn't it? It's like the snake comes through the vent from the other room. You read about. You say a tiger? Why would there be a tiger on a boat? Doesn't make any sense. Didn't we have this with the Sherlock Holmes puzzle that we put together? I don't think it called it that, but it... Some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san? Yes. I think living isn't quite the right description. I don't know. I suppose not. Not 40 days, Bubbles. It's been 35. Well, it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. Because of that, you had no idea what was happening here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Where dear Kazuma-sama sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Poor Kazuma didn't make it to his destination. This is the last entry is incomplete. Which means... what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Why? That's out of the question. What? So someone may have departed this world. Would You must not read his private thoughts. He's dead. Don't think he cares. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Oh my gosh. Alright, I won't read it. Poor Kazuma-sama. I'm not praying to people's personal matters either. In this case, isn't the need for clues more important? What the? Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. Also, how big is this desk that he fits like that? Or how small is he? As I can tell, looks like he might be European. Well, tell him not to do that on the desk. Get it? European? I like it. Oh. How did he... You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here. He looks suspicious. And tall. Suspiciously tall. Giga gasp. No, Hoda-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? I have zero idea. He looks like he's like a chipmunk. Like, I don't know what you want. Like... well, no, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. So... Doesn't look like a member of the crew. Something very... unusual about him. Can't put my finger on what it is, though. He's investigating Kazuma's desk. Or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, simply must talk with him. Must we? Just imagine here, does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? Yep. By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press A on people while they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. Books have fallen over on the shelf. Look. They've all toppled the same way. What's this? Statue of some god of the sea? Though he's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mowed down at once. I wonder if... perhaps it was Kazuma-san during doing his morning sword training, do you think? I seriously doubt it. And perhaps it was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the room. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Maybe these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder. Well, that seems awful. What to know? I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. Forward! So the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Burya. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. So nothing about stowaways. We did it. What? Why are you staring at me? God bless you, Ross. Twice. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Wow. Wow. I thought about that, and somehow I knew that's where it was going, but wow, it's rude. Can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, it wasn't supposed to be in here. Let's see. Perhaps we should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me? What? I was wondering how it's going? The investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me Japanese people will make jokes. It's not true, I see. I'm sorry? The criminal asking investigator for information about his crime. Very funny. Rude. Oh. Wasn't supposed to be a joke, but that's fine. Of useful information though. Keep trying. So last night, did you see something out of the ordinary at all? Niet. Of course not. Now back to corner of room and make silent. If I say no more to you. Keep. Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered. I went for help and the crewman forced the door open. This bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt. Not pretty sturdy. It just slides across to secure the door shut. Still, the door bolted, there'd be no way to get in or out of the cabin. That's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. She glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across outside from outside the room in a situation like this. Let's go for a trick. Avid reader of the detective stories, Mysterious. Of course you are. The door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal. They seal together perfectly. No possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. Just because I feel pins and needles up and down my spine. There's a word for justice. Or struck you straight and true, just like Cosmo. Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet you yourself, can you look at those characters without feeling shame? I mean, who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on this ship. Wow, she's got you dead right there, pally boy. She got him there, the old man's speechless. Oh, now you're gonna bring that up, are you? Just can't win with you. That. Guess you did thoroughly, but I'm running out of place. It's my dinner from last night. It was chicken. It was really tasty. This was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor in here? My dog's got a son. Ate at the table, of course. Just begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. Because every someone didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So we didn't touch it. She's all the more for me. Oh yeah. No. Does that mean Sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly? Okay, sure. Let's focus on that. It's just too horrible. I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy tummy. It's a stomach, but I think tummy fits this moment. Hold on one second, guys. Today? This is the 5th, alright. Huh. Well, that's annoying. That's fine. That's 5 more cases for our office. Anywho. Chinese word for justice. Function of his heart. You move those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I'm innocent, so I'll be able to. You still away on this ship? Rude. You're gonna bring that up, are you? Keep win. Nothing on this table at all. some reason. Strange. So when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still. Wait a minute. It's funny. I can't remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So perhaps you are responsible for what happened? Taking himself on? No! No, no! Uh-huh. Oh. Nice. Also inform me about Olympic dude from our fair city. Okay, Sherlock Shloms. Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh, this is a critical point in my investigation. Okay, maybe I should leave him alone. Seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Greetings! Oh gosh. Gah-ba-chaba. What exactly are we doing on Cosmo's desk just now? I see. Fascinating. I'm sorry. What do you see? Feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes. Everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. What? To what? Sorry? What? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh. Oh, that's true at least. How? How the deuce did I know that? Perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction. Hardly worth explaining. Maybe perhaps introduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There's no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. Huh. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. What? And? When the bare-boned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Bringing the total to 17. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, aren't you? Certainly I am. See another in this cabin who fits the bill? Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I see one person who fits the bill. So it's true. It was you did this to Kazuma-sama. No. The frick? And you're plotting a revolution, too. Oh my gosh. Shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. Whoop. Why? Explain yourself. Tell me everything. Can we stop just flipping me upside down, please? Ridiculous. How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary. Obviously. Oh, forgive me. As for you, what kind of deduction was that? Just say the first thing that came to your head. Ah, but was I not right? No! Whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yes, maybe that one. Ha! There you have it, you see? What'd you make of that? Sir... Well, I'll be honest. The ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure you call it deduction. It's more plain observation. Indeed. Observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles. You see, I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. More often than not. There's a track record I want. I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am Benedict Cumberbatch, none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. I am the inimitable Sherlock Holmes. How dare you? This really is you? Actual Sherlock Holmes? The very same. The inimitable actual Sherlock Holmes. Do you know this man? Because I got nothing. Most famous detective in the world, Naruhodo-san. Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on? Let's ask him what he's deduced. I've worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Alright. Okay, great detective. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes. Oh, I see. You're German? Sherlock? Sherlock? No, I have no... I have hair. Please, call me Sholmes. What? What? Yeah. hear all about my exploits in this exciting London publication? Oh yes, Rain's magazine. Wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. A recent issue. It's sent from England especially. Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock? So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then. Indeed I am. You've read so many of your own stories, you start to think you really are a detective? Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward. The rusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. So, a biographer, to you? Is it everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Well, it's very moment I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Being a science, logical reasoning in its purest form. Science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. So, a furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data. Right. The trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. You look me in the eye and claim that. So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction. And fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes. Boy, I hope the other two of these are not as long. Have I managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow! Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Ah, yes. I see. The words... Being railroaded, bud. And these now because of him. I became anxious about Kasuma's Sama this morning. Summoned all of the crew members to force the chain door open. Cabin door open. I could see myself among their numbers, gaining entry to the secret scene of the crime. Yes. Lucky for everyone, Great Detective Sherlock Holmes was on board. You seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. Remember when I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Really? Facts, you say? Okay, goodbye, Pump Rump. 2 facts. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning. Ah, yes. First, let us be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. 2 facts I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2, the victim was Russian, killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hang up, Miss Sholmes. Did you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. It is a Russian word for wardrobe. Interesting. Do you think Zuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. This young man? Russian. Zuma was Russian? Was he? Initially, I considered Godorov maybe the name of the killer. Certain Robert God, perhaps. In the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. We found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so. Found you. Renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you are acquainted. If my memory serves, outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. I'm sorry, our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? Jeez, Bubbles. He's not prepared for you. I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. Took a photograph of the victim and the message. I might analyze it for possible hidden details. Stayed immediately after the young man was discovered, or before the body was removed. Yeah. Discovered before the body was removed. Yes, because it had already been taken away when I woke up. It's the first time I've actually seen him like this. You alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh. Yeah, thank you. Photograph the crime scene has been entered into the court record. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that. Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Take my chips too. Okay. Do you want to explain that train of reasoning to me, do you think? What was your matter there, Bubbles? Yeah, no, not the same. I mean, it starts with a K. Right. Sure. My point was that it doesn't look like the backwards 7 that the other word starts with. So you thought the backwards 7 being backwards meant it could resemble the K? How is that helping you? Times. Not Russian. I don't speak Russian. Thank you. About me. Now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that were more wrong. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary, 16 part. It's the more sort of details. It's a fairly commonplace deduction. This morning's paper then reads Revolutionary Valin Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This made a port call at Shanghai yesterday. Last night, the young Russian was murdered. What was your When was Cosmo a Russian? Sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Cosmo-sama wrote on the floor. That feels pretty fair, I'll be honest. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. No. I'm gonna be me. I don't anything like this man. Just look at his face. First revolutionary after all. Therefore, you've no doubt learnt to revolutionize your appearance as well. Are you kidding me right now, Sholmes? Please. Might add, does it appear on the ship's passenger list? Need us anymore? The other details. The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower. Ah, yes. The journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. Deeds the man has perpetrated thus far, and those he is plotting. So everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik is concluded. There can be no romantic involvement. Can be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters? I wonder. The part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan. Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in the war-torn region of Afghanistan. So where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Here, take the paper for yourself. It's a little memento of this great deduction. Thank you. Absorb all that is of interest to me within its pages. I see no rubbish bin nearby. revolutionary has been entered into the court record. Cool. And you may find the article back page of interest as well. Russian. Can hope to read it. I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. There might be a picture or two. Alright, what were you just investigating? Gonna die, guys. Gonna die. Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Ah, yes, the victim. See anything useful? Anything at all? Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. The victim was engaged in penning some text. London diary. Because he was keeping notes of the trip. But you should read his private writings. It could upset people. You can fight about. Tragic. Something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. It's my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Okay, let's see. You're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Meh. Son, gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? Sorry, no, Hodo-san. What on earth do you mean? So fair. Anyways, to return to the matter at hand. This diary belonging to the victim. It would appear that the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Can you be precise as details? Oh, but you knew Japanese. Smattering, dear boy. A smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikido, nado. Trust you're suitably impressed. Ha. This diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, which I can read precisely none. That's showing off about before. To be so kind as to show me, be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes. Much obliged, my dear madam. Madam? That was good. Thought entry here in Cosmo-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. First reads, 2 a.m. Can hear a faint whistling sound. Whistling sound. Oh, dear goodness, Bubbles. That was rude. It just appeared behind me. Why does he hear a whistling sound, Bubbles? Bubbles, why are you whistling? It's a very deep waters. Pray, go on. Second sentence reads... 35 a.m. Looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Why is there a snack in the grill? Why is there a snack in the grill, baby? Snack in the grill.
Delicious.
Speckled band? What on earth does that mean? Weird. I have no idea. Never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? Man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. So his diary has been entered into the court record. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least. Do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. If I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold. Now, I suppose... Think of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to? Great detectives are a curious breed. All minds are bet at stagnation. Crave mental exaltation. So, yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough. I think perhaps that we could go with you? You'd like that, you Russian agent, wouldn't you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. Sorry, what? Why? So a glance at your wrists should reveal the answer. Oh, these. They're fine. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter, no? Am I trying to turn into a question? Trying to turn it into a question. I want to decide I was the culprit in the first place. What do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. You must be joking. You just said it a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Actually, Mr. Sholmes, did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really. So what, were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. Huh? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Oh, now he's just being plain rude. Off he goes, having just laughed in my face. Humor's as twisted as his name. Naruto-san, you just standing there for? Huh? Must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? About these? I can. What? Why are you flipping me again? Kazuma-san spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue. You're willing to give up? Just going to roll over and accept your fate? I was going to do it without, you know, making my in the office, but whatever, it's fine. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea. Doesn't look good for me. There's still things I could do to help myself. I owe it to Cosmo to do everything I can to find a way out of this. bring the real culprit to justice. Is that something wrong, Naruhodo-san? Oh no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir. Yes, what can I do for you? Um. I recognize that face, but it can't be. It is. 100% is. Hi. Did you know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga? Hello again? What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. So stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. Received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship. Again? For real? Okay, I was like, did you make coffee, Tony? Up all night to get a Lux-ray. You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. Never expect to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me out in this hopeless situation. Just roll over and accept my fate. Find a way out of this cabin. So now... So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? I'm so sorry. Huh? This is all my fault. Take full responsibility. My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. What? It's Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. Son reached Great Britain without being assassinated. How could that even have been a possibility? Why was someone trying to assassinate him? Not sure. These are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Prepared for all eventualities. It's incredible. Don't believe it. Suma-san was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Sugi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now. Posing as one of the crew. I see. didn't take us off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. Never imagined it would happen here. It's his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. Jeez. My eyes are gone. Just need the save point. Failed miserably at my assignment. Asogi's son is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Spectre. So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word. Doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought she might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer? Of course not. I'd like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes. So we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you what? Been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you moved, you even touched the handle of the cabin door. The stormy-looking seaman, they'll surely snap your neck in two. Suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. I think I'm a murderer as well. What you doing looking at the door? Could be possible. Here's something to work with. Do you think? I'm persuasive. A solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example. Do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. Jeez. Maybe a way. Sorry, what? Holding out on us, Susato. Think of how you try to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession. Evidence? Just the same as you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Something like present panel, some evidence. Spectre was not good use. So it would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yeah. I think I might know what we can use. Yeah. What's that? It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-san wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote, looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band. That is strange. Yeah, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. What I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it? Very astute, Inspector. The ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. That's right. So we could investigate in there, but work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. Oh, I'm sorry, what? Can't leave this cabin at the moment. Secure until we arrive at the next port. Captain has given me strict orders to secure you while you're here. In regard to the scene of the crime, you see? I have to entrust the investigation to you. Sorry, really? Like, for reals? As long as you don't leave the first class cabin area, I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. What about the captain? Is she going against his direct orders? Promising. Man of my word. I promise it. I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. But to keep Sogi-san safe, this is the least... this is the least I can do. Thank you! Seize a moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just like move, and we can leave this cabin at last. Move. Giga gasp. I'm like, is there a... I think it does. Yeah, I'm like, this is clearly not... This is clearly not happening. I'm just so tired. Why am I so tired? Bubbles, why am I so tired? I'm so tired. So yeah. We're just gonna call it. And go see. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back on Monday with probably this. I don't know. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, this stream is adjourned. Good night, everybody.